All right, welcome to the warm-up. I'm Warm for Soul. That's Jeff Power. As you can tell, we're indoors. That's where we need to stay, and that's where we've been staying for the last couple of days here. But we're getting warmer weather here at the end of the week. Your Rockets, my Knicks. We're going to battle it out on the court, but right now let's talk some high school sports, man. You ready to get back at it in the high school?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. No doubt.
Let's do it. Well, let's start off things with the lineup. We're going to start off with a huge rivalry game in Pearland as Pearland takes on Dawson for the second time this year. In Pearland, while people are not really paying super close attention to them, they're sneaking up during the rankings.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Undefeated in district play at 10-0, 24-2 overall. Facing a good Dawson team that's 19-8, 8-2 in district play. They've been playing well in district. Of course, the Oilers have won 8 in a row since being upset by Clearbrook 45-41. That happened on December 29th, which actually snapped the Oilers' 15-game winning streak at the time. The Wolverines used defense to beat the Oilers last month, and that is what Dawson will have to try to do against Pearland. Use that defense. By the way, the Oilers beat the Eagles 63-51 back on December 19th. Pearland has also beaten 5 of their last 6 district opponents by double digits, which includes a 65-45 win over Shadow Creek January 10th. That's impressive, Ward. Shadow Creek's good this year.
They are good. Good. That's
as for Pearland Dawson, they're coming into the game with Shadow Creek Tuesday. Dawson had won 6 in a row, all in district play, but the 49-47 win over Pasadena Memorial was huge because the Eagles definitely kept their playoff chances alive, keeping them 2 games ahead of Memorial in 3rd place for the final 2 playoff positions. But 1-point wins over Pasadena Dobie, 49-48, and Alvin, 54-53, plus a 62-16 narrow escape against South Houston on January 3rd were all against the teams currently riding in the 5th through 7th place positions in district play. I guess you could say, just like Al Davis used to say, just win, baby. It don't matter. Just win.
Just win.
Yeah,
just get that W.
That's right. And the Eagles have been living on the edge all season, playing in 3 overtime games in a 4-game span at the end of December. So heading into the final 2 weeks of the season, Dawson is definitely within striking distance of the Oilers for first, with little room for error, but they can go a big way in improving that by winning on Friday.
You know, you say just win, baby, and that's exactly what the head coach over at Fort Bend Marshall has been doing for decades now, Ronnie Courtney. He takes his Buffaloes into Richmond Randall on Saturday.
Yeah, you don't mind
Friday.
Yeah, you don't mind if we spend a little bit of time on him, do you?
Let's talk about him.
I mean, Marshall is 20-7. They're 7-0. Really since basically this whole year, 26, 7-0 in district play. They're taking on a good Richmond Randall team that is 6-1 in district play, 16-11 overall. Of course, Marshall has not lost a game since dating back to mid-December when they fell to Frisco Memorial and Dickinson in back-to-back games. That must have been the Thundering Herds wake-up call because they've beaten every opponent by double digits since, which includes Randall, 59-27 back on the 6th of January. They have all been in district games, and in that schedule, I tell you what, we've got to mention that 800th career win for Ronnie Courtney against Victoria West, 55-14, blowout victory. No doubt that they were going to get that win that night on January 13th. And you know what? Let's go back a little bit. I remember Ronnie Courtney when he won back-to-back state titles in 2000 and 2001 as the head basketball coach at Willow Ridge. They had guys like TJ Ford, Daniel Ewing, Ivan McFarland, all reached the NBA. Did you know Carl Crawford actually played on one of those teams? He went on to have a stellar Major League Baseball career and definitely on one of those Willow Ridge teams. Courtney, then he won a state title in 2010 at Fort Bend Bush, who also had some great players like Kelly Oubre Jr. and Cameron Ridley, who I covered at the University of Texas. But as we mentioned, Courtney, he became the head coach at Marshall in 2020. He celebrated his 700th victory in 2023. 100 wins later, he's got this team right where he wants them. Christian Chambers and Armani Theas are a couple of studs that I really like. They have big games against Victoria West. And I really do think that 800th win doesn't come without players like these two guys. But they'll be the first to tell you, Ronnie Courtney does not deviate from his standards of discipline, defense, and making sure that his teams run their offensive sets. He is, I believe, 164-30 since joining the Buffs, and he just keeps on winning, baby. As for the Randall Raiders, well, you know what? They're led by Calvin Williams. He's got some studs on his team. Sheldon Corbin and Yanni Igbekinie. I don't know if I said that right. You might want to correct me on that. But they both average about 12 points per game.
I can't help you on that one. You're on your own.
And you know what? Jarrett, frankly, also, he's the other scoring threat on the wing with Cobbin averaging 9 points per game and 5 rebounds a game. Yanni is a strong forward who is a beast on the boards, averaging 8 rebounds per contest. Randall has been dominant in football, as we all know, but this is still Marshall's district when it comes to hoops. And remember, unlike football, Ward, Iowa Colony is not in this district for basketball. And who knows, with realignment coming up on Monday, maybe Richmond Foster might move down from 6A and join their other buddies in Class 5A. But we'll have to wait and see how it shakes out. I'd hate to lose that rivalry between Fulshear and Foster, by the way, in 6A.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. It will be interesting come Monday. I can't wait to find out what happens there.
We'll be there.
One last game is 16-6A. You know, it's probably one of the few chances to somebody slow down Cy Springs before they run away with this thing. They are playing good basketball. They just got in the top 25, and Friday they take on Cy Woods.
Yeah, you know, Cy Woods 19-8. They're 3-4 in district play, playing a Cy Springs team that's 23-4, 6-1 in district. But you know, Cy Woods bounced back with convincing wins over Langham Creek and Waller, snapping a little nasty 4-game losing streak in district, which was, by the way, half of their overall losses. But Cy Woods plays great defense. In fact, despite the 70 points allowed to Bridgeland in a 3-point loss, Cy Woods is averaging only allowing 50 points per game, and those other 4 losses that we talked about, 43 if you take away that Bridgeland game. So defense is definitely their key, and they'll need it. The Wildcats have some talent. In fact, they will eclipse the 20-win mark with their next victory, joining only Cy Springs with teams from District 16 6A with 20-plus wins. But I know we're going to hear a lot more about the Panthers in a minute, but let's just reiterate the fact that they're 23-4. They've got speed, they got power, they got defense. Their only loss this season came to Westbrook in non-district, Fort Bend Marshall, who we just talked about, and Friendswood. And the one district loss was Cy Park. And CJ Idaoso is the tall, athletic guy who can score with the best of them. And his teammate Cameron Chambers can just jump through the roof. And I tell you, those two guys, when they're out there playing, look out. They look great against Cy Ranch, especially Roof. He had some big plays. And your boy Titan had a big second half against Cy Ranch. And I do think that Cy Ranch will be there when it's all said and done. But right now, the Panthers are the team to beat in 16-6A.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about them, let's talk to their head coach. I had a chance to sit down with them, and you know, they were kind of under the radar there. No longer. They're in the top 25 in the state now. People are not – they're not going to sneak up on people, so I wanted to find out what their success was as we talked to Larry Boykin in our Media Day segment.
The Houston area Chevy dealers. Visit your nearest Chevy dealer and test drive our award-winning vehicles. Serving up the best treats and eats in Texas. Stop by DQ and treat yourself before and after the game.
That's right. I'm joined with Cy Springs head coach Larry Boykin, and he's got him atop of district right now with some big wins. Now, you did trip up against Cy Park, but Cy Park's really turned things around once they've got into district play. They struggled beforehand,
Absolutely.
But they've turned things around. You guys have done it in a lot of ways. You've had big wins. You've found a way to win in overtime like you did Cy Ranch. What do you like most about your Panther squad here so far?
Oh, man, we're versatile. I think that's our biggest attribute is when we get into games, you know, we can run, we can play fast. And even when we get in the half court, we got, you know, a lot of young guys and older guys that really can play a lot of different ways and a lot of different styles. And I think that helps and works to our advantage in many opportunities that we get in games.
Let's talk about some of those players. You talk about Madkins, you talk about CJ who came up with some big points. Talk about some of the guys that have kind of been leading the way for you.
Oh, man, to be honest, I could talk all day. You know, this entire year, we've had 6 different guys who have led us in scoring throughout the year. And like CJ Idos, you have Ife Balaji, you know, some of my big seniors. And, you know, we're getting my other big senior back into the picture. He broke his finger and missed the first half of the season. And so with Lee Pouncil, and now he's getting back, getting his legs back under him. And I mean, we have there's Titan Hadnot. He is doing a splendid job. I mean, he really is coming in playing big for us. There's the freshman and Cameron Chambers. So and our shooters, I could talk all day. I really do have a lot of kids that are coming out and having big moments in games.
It's funny when you talk about Cypress ISD basketball, if you hear the word Hadnot, you know you have something. You don't have not, you have something, because those Hadnots can play over there. And you have one on your squad here. Hey, you know what? It's 20-plus win season here, but and I probably shouldn't be talking loud because you under the radar, and you might like it like that. Do you like being a kind of underrated squad because we're coming up on the postseason. We're about to make the turn here in district play. Talk about how you maybe not in your own district, but Houston-wide, you may be sneaking up on some squads.
When it comes to Houston-wide, I mean, I don't think I'm sneaking up on anybody. They, they all do their homework. They're great coaches and stuff like that. So I really don't think we're under that radar as far as that goes. We, take one game as it comes and try to prepare and be ready for each one. And the kids really do an amazing job of that. It helps when you have a older squad, like I said, like we do this year.
To make a long, and I'll finish with this, to make a long playoff push, what do you think your team needs to kind of hone in on to make that long playoff push? Is there a part offensively or defensively that you need to get done to make sure you get 4 or 5 rounds?
I think our standing point has always been defense. We we dig our heels in and we live on it. And so they buy into defense, and that's a great thing, because I told them if you buy into defense, the offense will come. And we keep trusting each other, keep sharing the ball, and that's gonna lead us far into the playoffs. I say keep doing those things and trusting God, and we'll be good.
Excellent. Well, I trust in the Panthers right now. Thank you for joining us. We'll be there Friday to see you guys against Cy Woods, and have a good rest of the weekend. Stay warm, for crying out loud.
Yes, sir. We'll try. I appreciate you.
No problem.
The Houston area Chevy dealers. Visit your nearest Chevy dealer and test drive our award-winning vehicles. Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.
Thank you, Coach, and we will definitely have a camera at that game this Friday. But there's other stuff that's going on, because we sent our guy out, Jeff. He's been shooting tons of games this year, and I'd like to hear what you think about some players, and we'll talk about that coming up here in the agenda.
Chevrolet's Inside High School Sports is brought to you by Allegro Marinade. Whether you're the family chef, a backyard barbecuer, or a jerky-making genius, maximize flavor and tenderness with Allegro Marinades.
You've shot plenty of boys. You shot plenty of girls' games. Any players have kind of caught your eye? Let's start with the girls. What kind of players have caught your eye from the girls here in the greater Houston area?
Ogechi Okeke.
Hightower.
There it is. Right. Let's get it out of the way right there. One of my favorite Houston area players. He has just a great down low game. You can tell, despite only being in the United States for a few years, she has already elevated her game. The Nigerian has been a nightmare for defenses to stop. She is money in the bank down low, especially in the paint. She not only has a great inside game board, but she has a nice drop step and has a really high free throw percentage, which is key if you're a player down low, because you're going to get fouled. Her defense is amazing. She has a block party every time the Hurricanes play. She can rebound with the best of them. She's 6'4". She's only 16. She's going to keep growing. She's from Sweden, speaks 4 languages, so when she gets mad, she might be yelling at you in Hungarian for all we know, because she speaks that language too. Maddie Carlton, 7 legs, finesse player, great fundamentals, over 1,300 points to go with well over 1,000 rebounds. She has all the intangibles to be great at the University of Houston. She can take over a ball game, as was evident Friday night against rival Katie Taylor. She just didn't take it over for 4 quarters, and that's why they lost. I know she missed a buzzer beater that would have won the game, but it happens. I still think Seven Lakes can make a run in the postseason this year, and a lot of it's going to have to do with Maddie Carlton. And her mom, by the way, is on the team as well as a coach. She'll keep her in line. And one quick update. We've talked about Jamie Solomon, the Wheatley standout, 113 three-pointers now through 19 games this season. Of course, she reached that 1,500 point plateau a couple of weeks ago. She had 31 points last Friday. Be sure to check out her Chevy Spotlight story on Jamie Solomon that aired this past Saturday on KHOU CBS TV, Channel 11. Our social media platforms will definitely take care of you on Inside High School Sports. Go ahead and give us that website.
No, it's InsideHighSchoolSportsHouston.com. And you can
there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
And she's a great kid, but one of the best three-point shooters, not only just in Houston, but in the entire nation. And putting Wheatley on the map, which is where girls basketball hasn't been on the map there for a while. She's certainly doing that for them. What about on the boys' side? There's some fantastic duos out there, man. Talk to me about some of those duos that we have in the area.
Absolutely. A lot of them are on the same teams. Nasir Price, of course, comes to mind. Plays for Seven Lakes. Definitely an awesome shooter. Great court awareness. He's really quick, by the way. If you watch him, he'll get in your face on defense and turn it into a slam dunk going the other way. His teammate, Isaiah Santos, 6'5", 200 pounds. There's your inside-outside game right there. He's a big threat for the Spartans. He'll clean up the boards when Nasir misses, and they'll play some outstanding defense together. Those two dudes are a big reason why Seven Lakes is still undefeated and ranked at the top of the Class 6A boys state polls in the TABC polls. Let's stay on that theme, though. We got two players at one school, Jakai Cantave and Adam Boyd. They got me believing in a Atascocita. You know, the Eagles have had a tough schedule, but they showed me something with that win over North Shore. You can give me a little grief about it. I know I took North Shore in that game, but bottom line was, hey, whatever fires their team up, if I had a hand in that, why not? You know, the Eagles are definitely soaring. I'll just say, I think they're going to win that district when it's all said and done. A lot of those losses they had were out in Las Vegas in a tournament, so watch out for them. And let's end on some private schools, why don't we? Aleem Elijahwan, he's the nephew of Akeem, plays for Bel Air Episcopal. He's 6'4", 190 pounds. He's a junior with a great jump shot, both inside and out for that matter. He's strategic, fast, anticipates the pass, which leads to a lot of steals. He can play great defense. He was at Third Ward Jamboree MVP with 17 points, and a big reason why Bel Air Episcopal is making a lot of noise this year. And finally, you can't talk about the private basketball scene in Houston without mentioning Second Baptist and Reese Alston. He's a big reason why. He's a 4-star point guard in the 2027 class with serious ups. I mean, 6'2", 165. Doesn't sound that big, but Lil Skip, as he is known, is athletic and he's a playmaker. His ball handling skills are elite. His father, Raper Alston, was definitely a legend as well. Of course, Reese has an outstanding basketball IQ. That comes when you're a son of a great player. And that elite first step, also an explosive finish, is definitely something that'll get your attention.
Yeah, he's got private school kids taping their ankles left and right as he shakes them down, man.
Love it.
Definitely a fun watch. All right, the weather should be good, so everybody go out and catch some games this Friday, this Saturday if you want. You mentioned private school ranks, private school players. Let's finish today by giving you our top 5 boys teams in the private school ranks in the Houston area. Something tells me that we'll see Second Baptist and Bel Air Episcopal on that list. Who knows? We'll find out. Take a look at it. We'll see you again next week.